Every single day that passes, we get closer and closer to the end of Hasan Piker. Truth be told, once he truly does get banned from Twitch, I will be celebrating like no other person. Each and every single one of you guys are invited. All 555,000 of you guys. We're all gonna party at my house. Send the invite to you guys via Twitter and Instagram. We're gonna party, alright? As I awoke from my really comfy bed, I log into Twitter. Once again, I have a brand new account. Make sure you follow it. I saw post after post after post after post of Hasan, and I was just like, how am I gonna put everything in one video? I'm gonna have to make like 3 videos in a row. Before we get into it, if you end up enjoying this, drop a like, subscribe to the channel so I know you guys are enjoying the content. There's a lot to cover. There's only so much time I have, and let's just get right into it. Let's just start off with this one. So the progressive leftist content creator that goes by Hasan Piker tweeted this towards Ethan Klein. This is a response to this post, and it says, Ethan Klein announces H3 podcast is now sponsored by Destiny co-host Dan Saltman's company, Redact. Now, I've never heard of this company before, but it's so you could delete all of your tweets, mass delete tweets, Facebook posts, retweets, etc. Now, I see nothing wrong with this. As a matter of fact, I might have to download it. So all it does is delete tweets in mass, right? So you don't have to delete one by one. Sometimes you have hundreds, if not thousands of tweets. It's not like you're hiding anything. It's not like you're hiding fucking government secrets. It's just a way to honestly free up your time. So there's nothing wrong with this app. I don't know why Hasan is making a big deal out of it. W website, W app. I don't care who made it. I don't care who owns it. Hitler himself could make it and I would still use it. But anyways, back to Hasan Piker. The Israel lover, all right. What a way to start off a tweet. The Israel lover who owns this social media monitoring company has openly talked about using the information clients send him to blackmail people. Guess Ethan can't go with the regular sponsorships anymore, so he's doing this to buy his new Rolex. I don't trust Hasan Piker. I mean, if this was indeed real, if this guy was stealing people's personal data to then blackmail them, that's $1 million lawsuit waiting to happen. I don't think anyone's dumb enough to do that, because you can't do this. All right, I didn't even know this existed, but this is low-key sick, so shout out to Hasan for making me aware of this. I'll definitely be sure to use this in the future. And if anyone from Redact is watching this, I would love to work with you guys. Send me a DM on Twitter, my Instagram, it's all linked below, because that is a pretty sick software. And Hasan is just out here potentially slandering them and spreading misinformation, but that's just what he does, right? Ethan responded with, Israel lover? Bro is hitting that 1920s Jim Crow type racism. Let me formally apologize for being a capitalist, aka pay my employees a livable salary so they don't have to beg for rent money on stream like broke. P.S. Love the hat and shirt. Shout out to the socialists rocking the Rolex. I mean, this just screams socialist to me, guys. I love how on Twitter you could be open anti-Semitic and nothing happened to you. Yeah, this fucking Jew. Look at this Jew. Hasan is one tweet away from tweeting like, yay. Nigga, how Hitler? And then I saw this post and it says, Hasan reveals letter and email that the Department of Homeland Security sent him months ago revoking his global entry. It's essentially a trusted traveler program, and it just makes clearance when traveling a lot faster. Get pre-approved, and it's usually for low-risk travelers upon arrival in the US. Hasan has been to Paris, I believe. He's been to Japan, so he's been in and out of the country. With this, it's a lot easier because you don't have to answer 20 billion questions. You're not a terrorist. Well, I mean, if you're not Hasan, it's a lot easier to get by. Not everyone gets approved. Once again, you need to be low risk. And with the stuff that Hasan has been tweeting and doing, I don't think he's a low risk traveler. So this is the email that he got. Global Entry is a voluntary program available to travelers that pass a comprehensive background investigation. So I'm assuming all of this is prior to him getting super radical and extremely political. We regret to inform you that your membership in Global Entry has been revoked for the following reasons. Do you guys want to take a wild, random fucking reason why they took away his Global Entry? After careful review, we have determined that your Global Entry program membership was revoked because you do not meet the guidelines for program participation and individual is ineligible to participate in the Trusted Traveler Program if CBP at a sole discretion determines that the individual presents a potential, this is where it gets really interesting, a potential risk for terrorism. You know, having a terrorist on your show probably wasn't the smartest idea. Quite surprised that it took this long. When you say stuff like America deserved 9/11 and your friends are also saying it, just the extremist shit he was saying, it's like you can't really be surprised that, you know, the government's looking into you, or at least are keeping their eyes on you. What were you expecting? I mean, Hasan fucked around and found out. Oh, and someone made these AI fucking picture. Yo, how do you make this? Genuine question. What is this? Okay, this might be the thumbnail for my my video. I don't know, maybe. How do you do this? Okay, this one's even better. Why the applicant may not qualify for participation include, but not limited to, and there's some very important points here. I don't think it's the first one, right? I don't think this is a reason. The applicant is the subject of an investigation by any federal, state, or local law enforcement agency in any country. The applicant is known or suspected of being or having been engaged in conduct constituting in preparation for, in aid of, or related to terrorism. I think it's these two guys. I think it's point number 4 and 6. Would I be surprised if they deport Hasan? I don't think it's going to happen. Would I be surprised? Probably not. And once again, especially under the current administration and who's running the US, Hasan being investigated by the FBI was not on my 2025 bingo card, but it's like, how could I defend this guy? And then he talked about it a bit more on stream.
I looked through my emails to find whether or not the Department of Homeland Security had responded to my redress over my trip. I also found out that a while back, they had also revoked my global entry. So I finally got a response back from the Department of Homeland Security, but they had already taken away my global entry clearance months prior. You know, they revoked it before my entry, and I didn't even know. And what's even crazier is at no point did they even mention that they had revoked my global entry.
Guys, this is truly tragic. Hopefully he gets it back. You know, just a stand-up guy. He really doesn't deserve this. But I think the following clip is legitimately the worst thing that has ever come out of Hasan Piker's mouth. The tweet says, Hasan defends Ludwig. Okay, just with that, I'm like, dude, fuck Hasan. Deport him. That was enough for me to want him out of the country. Not because of anything he did before. It's because he's defending Ludwig.
Of this industry, especially for an extended period of time, you're just going to have a shitload of haters. Everyone's time comes, inevitably. No one has actually stayed above... no one... Like, there are very few content creators on the YouTube side or on the Twitch side especially that have basically maintained like a level of prominence and a level of steady love without any sort of haters whatsoever. I mean, people hate Ludwig, dude. Think about that. This man is a fucking golden retriever. He is mathematically crafting takes that are the most kind, empathetic, and inoffensive you can possibly be, right? And there are still people who fucking despise this man. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is.
You guys know me. I am not the biggest fan of Mr. Ludwig. I think he's a fan-sitter. I also think he has no backbone. And the one time he politely called out Hasan almost cried. And Ludwig was like, I'll fix the title right now, Hasan. I'll edit this out. I'll fix this. I'll do that. Come the fuck on. If you ask most people why they dislike Ludwig or why people like him shouldn't be doing commentary, it's because they have the most fucking retarded normie ass takes. They don't know anything. Truly do think people like Ludwig and people alike should not be doing commentary. You're good at a lot of different things. It's like, do we really need Ludwig's take on Hasan when we know they're friends? We know you're never gonna call him out. That's completely fine. You should never be forced as a content creator to speak out on something you don't want to speak out about. When you run a commentary channel like Ludwig used to run, he's calling people out and covering drama and all of this, but conveniently decides to skip any time Hasan was in controversy.
Who fucking despise this man. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. Some examples I will give you of people who have don't have like a lot of haters would be Markiplier on the YouTube side, Germa on the Twitch side, Northern Lion is another one, and maybe like Lyric.
I think you're forgetting the GOAT, Hasan. You're forgetting about me. I have no haters. So literally no one hates me. Everyone on YouTube, Twitch, and Reddit, they love me. I've never seen a bad negative thread about me. I've never seen hate comments or hate videos. No. Hasan is cracking. They're looking into him. The FBI might be looking into him. Anything is possible nowadays, especially with Hasan. It feels like they're finally cracking down on people like him. But anyways, with that said, I'm out. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, or I'm going to cry myself to sleep. And bye.